In the long drive, you're going to find yourself using a lot of physics-locked objects during your journey, whether it be to build some stuff on your car or to store some stuff on your car. I, the Long Drive Encyclopedia, am here to help you with my newest episode, Physlock and You. Physics Lock, or Physlock for short, is a feature in the long drive that allows you to keep items in place by either placing them in containers, platforms, parts of the car interior, or more, depending on what setting you select. The setting in the pause menu in the miscellaneous section allows you to configure this. There's 4 options. You could disable, you could set it to the glove box or baskets, which allows bike baskets, saddlebags, pallets, fridges, car glove boxes, and car door map pockets to lock physics. Plus trunk and rack adds trailers, truck beds, and car trunks to this list. I prefer it as it seems the most sensible and balanced. And the whole interior option allows the entire interior of cars to lock physics. This can have some unintended effects. Physlock can be used for a variety of purposes, and by that, it is mostly used for the same purpose, but pretending it's doing something new. I've touched slightly upon Physlock in my previous videos, such as when I taught you how to make a functional light bar, or when I skimmed a little deeper in everything attachables. Here is all the PhysicsLock microspots. Take it away, past me. Cars in the long drive have smaller spots within them besides just the trunk or the bed that also have PhysicsLock. Now, I've put together a bunch of these to demonstrate how they all work and where they are. So, starting off with the Skoda, there's an ashtray that can fit your BB gun ammo, as well as a somewhat decently sized glove box. Moving on to the 2101, there is yet another ashtray that can fit your BB gun ammo, but also kind of not really, but it does Physlock it, along with yet another decently sized glove box. It is to be noted that the 2102, the glove box does work, but the collision for the ashtray is messed up, so you can't put anything inside of it. Then there is the Trabant, along with the Trabant wagon. These two have something that looks like a glove box, but it actually isn't. It is simply a hole that leads down to a larger, lower shelf that also has Physlock. Moving on to the Skoda, it also has a glove box and a lower shelf like the Trabant with Physlock. The 2105 has a rather large glove box, and it also has a small shelf sitting underneath the radio that can act like the ashtray with Physlock. The most versatile one is the Golf, with door map pockets that have Physlock, as well as a small ashtray right over here with Physlock and a glove box that is decently sized, demonstrated here in the caddy. As you could see, there's the BB gun ammo, there's a magazine, more BB gun ammo here, and a flashlight hiding down there. Moving on here to the Fury, you can remove the radio and place some BB gun ammo there, and it will Physlock. It also has a glove box that is just about big enough to store the radio that you just removed. Next up, there is the Beetle. The Beetle is unique in that it also has a removable radio with Physlock, a larger glove box, a shelf like the Skoda, and the unique part is that it has foldable rear seats with a little compartment in the back that is used to store more items, or in the case of the Cabrio, the roof when you fold it down. Then there is the Wartburg, which, like the Trabant, just has a hole leading down to a lower shelf where you could put something and it will Physlock. Same with the wagon. Moving on to the Barkas. The Barkas, underneath its bed on the bedded variants, this area here has Physlock, as well as over here. Now, if you try and put a, say, jerry can there, it might fall through, but you could probably get it to work. Now, while it doesn't have any shelves or ashtrays or glove boxes, there is an area behind the seats of every Barkas that does have PhysicsLock, even if your interior PhysicsLock is disabled. Moving on here to the IFA, it's got small areas down here underneath each of the variants that can be used to store something, say, like a barrel to carry more fuel. If you go up here, it has no ashtray, but it does have a small glove box just about big enough to fit that leather from your mutter. Finally, there is the bus, which, while not having any small Physlock spots in the interior, it does have over here a box that can be used to carry, say, a barrel full of fuel. There are trailers that function similarly to the beds of the IFA. However, the only ones that have Physlock are the camper trailer and the 2 flatbed trailers. Alright, thank you, past me, and here is where I'm going to demonstrate all of the individual Physlock objects that are not related to your car. Crates have objects inside of them that are physics locked until the crate is broken. There is no known way to put an object inside a crate, and it's kind of useless, because you can't open them, you can only destroy them, which immediately unlocks the object and makes the crate disappear. Then there's pallets, which can be found around the map in various locations. Pallets are useful because you could store items in between the pallet legs, or on top of the pallet's legs. Such as this, where you could see I have 2 jerry cans stacked like this, locked there, a jerry can stuck in there, locked in place, and a barrel right up there that is also locked in place. You could attach pallets to your car and use it as a sort of roof rack type deal. Then there is refrigerators. Refrigerators have a physics lock option for the items that are within them, but the problem is that they're kind of big and bulky. No really good way to store them, unless you physics lock them to your car, as I did with the Cactus Crusher, if you may remember that from a while back. Then there's simple bike baskets. Big enough to fit a sideways jerry can. Bike baskets, they're found on bikes, or just sometimes in garages. These can be attached to surfaces as well and are very versatile. They can be used to attach other objects to your car, and like in the example I gave you on how to make a functioning light bar, if you were to attach a basket to a grill or a basket to something that is attached to a grill, you can make lights physics locked in that basket that turn on. Then there is saddlebags, which are about as big as the average bike basket, if not just a little skinnier, but they are a little taller and have the benefit of being able to close. These are simultaneously useful and not useful, but can be used for more aesthetic purposes. Finally, there is the coffin. The coffin can be found in various places, garages, graveyards, but it is simply too odd-shaped to be used in any kind of build, in my opinion. But hey, you do you. If you want to be a creepy goth, then nothing's stopping you. And now, after all that, I think you guys know just the basics of Physlock. Find your own ways to use it, and discover some more. This was Physlock and you. Thanks for watching.
Open the garage door and bring out the car. We will be riding oh so far. The metal's burning and the ass